Good night, everyone. Political leader, members of the table at the head here. I want you to just stand for one moment. Just stand for one moment. Shake a leg. Shake a leg. I want to make sure you're ready. I want to make sure that you're up for this, because your moment of quietness is over. Your moment of being sophisticated is over. Your moment of being so nice and so naive and sweet, it's over. Now it's time to make some real noise.
We have a truck on the road.
And then you can have your seats. If you didn't make noise, stand up. You can have your seats. To all of those folks that are listening to us by way of the electronic media, by way of the television and radio, we want to welcome you here tonight. We have heard a lot. We have heard a lot about what has happened in the past and the very purpose for the existence of the Congress of the People. We have heard a lot as to our origin and why we are here today, and we are still standing after being bombarded in every direction. As a matter of fact, from the inception of the COP, we have been bombarded from every walk of life, from every political party, because from the inception, the Congress of the People had continued to be and has been a kind of threat to everything that in the political status quo of Trinidad and Tobago. In 2007, we began this move for change. We began a move to change the dynamics of the politics of Trinidad and Tobago. We became the party where all guns were aimed at, and I want us never to forget that we were up against the big guns, parties that were around for 20 years and 18 years and many years, and we were just the new kids on the block when we came on the scene, and we went to Woodford Square, and they found themselves in a kind of scare because of something that began to happen when the Congress of the People came on the scene. We must never forget that. We must understand the dynamics of change that the party intended to bring, and we are still pursuing the direction of political change in Trinidad and Tobago. Politics of transparency, politics that would bring about the kind of change in Trinidad and Tobago that would cause the country to move in the directions that it ought to move. We have been a blessed nation. We have been a tremendously blessed nation. And in times past, we have been exploited, we have been abused. There's been tremendous things that has happened in this country that have not been good for the wellness of the country, the goodness of the country. And because of that, change had to come in some way. And the Almighty then used the Congress of the People to get involved in the politics of Trinidad and Tobago, to bring about the change in the minds of the citizens, and in so doing, bring about change in the operations of a nation. We need to understand that was no easy thing. It is not an easy thing, because when some people are cultured, when there is a culture in place, to break a culture, you have to go back to change mindsets. To change mindset, it means that you have to change what people are fed with. And we cannot be the kind of people in the nation that are going to be fed by propaganda and divisiveness and race and all kinds of stuff that are not good for development. And we need to be the kind of people the COP needs to engender and generate, that we will not sit down and listen to nonsense and listen to propaganda and listen to talks of ethnicities and race and divisiveness. But we must now stand on the mission that we began in 27, where we're going to bring a nation together. One people, one nation, and one destiny. That is the mission of the Congress of the People. I want us to understand that. And for too long, There have been distractions and detractors that are coming on the scene, are making it difficult for things to happen, making it difficult for us to pay attention, because there has been a lot of divisiveness going on. There has been a lot of propaganda and old talk, and people are falling prey to nonsense, and people are falling prey to divisiveness. They're falling prey to misinformation. They're falling prey to gossip. I remember going to a forum, and at the end of the forum, after speaking, all guns were aimed at me. One, I was a pastor, and people want to know what I'm doing in politics. Well, you have to ask God that. And when you ask him that, then you'll get your answers. And then they began to ask me, how could I, as a pastor, be involved in all kinds of politics and people that are corrupt? And I said to the person who asked me that, I am glad you asked that question, because it says to me that you have information that the police need. And if you don't have information, you are gossiping. We cannot be a society of gossipers. We have been plagued with gossip for too long, and people are making it difficult for us to think straight. Why? Because every day we are bombarded with propaganda. We are bombarded with bad news. We are bombarded with the wrong stuff. And the time has come for we, as the Congress of the People, to start to feed the nation with the right stuff. We need to start to feed the nation with good stuff, because what you feed your mind with forms and shapes your characteristics and shapes the path that you will walk tomorrow. It's important for us to see that. And if we don't see that we are the mechanism that is being used to change the dynamics of this society, it is important for us to understand that old-time politics of race and ethnicity and divisiveness and propaganda and misinformation are politics of the past. And we must not get caught up in it. We must never get caught up in it. As a matter of fact, we must be a party of facts. We must be a party of truth. We must stand for what is right, and we must continue to stand for what is right. Let me tell you something. Regardless of what happens, the Congress of the People will continue to be a party to fear. Because people feel that we are uncertain. They stigmatize us as being dead. They stigmatize our former leader as a man who ducks and runs. They say that Prakas sell out. But I want to say to you tonight, we are on a journey. We are on a steady course. We are heading in the right direction, and our purpose is to bring about the kind of change in this country that we have to bring about. It is important for us to do that we must not allow people to bring ideas and statements that are often false and often exaggerated, and we are experiencing that at this time. And because of that, people will not stand and defend themselves, but they prefer to get out of the way and run. But I'm saying that we are not here to run, but we are here to stay. We have been through it. We have been through it. We have faced it all. And now we are ready to rise again and stand up as a people and decide the next level that we want to go. And the only people can keep us down is we ourselves. And I want to let you know that. I want to let you understand that they have said to us that we're living in a time where nothing is being done. And I will say it again, in this part of Trinidad and Tobago. And that's propaganda. Because they want to divide us based on race. And I want to let you know that there are only two races on the face of planet Earth. The race towards heaven and the race towards hell. Only two races. Which race you're running in, you will know. But I want to let you know, if they want to divide you, they cannot divide you otherwise. Because in each of us, there is a mix and there is a blend and there is a coming together. In you is me and in me is you. And we are all one people in Trinidad and Tobago. And we must not fall for that. They say that things are only done south of the Caroni River. And I will say it again, that is propaganda. Real propaganda. And we have got to stop falling for it. Because when we fall for it, we start to talk it. We start to spread it. We start to question ourselves. It's sounding good because that's what propaganda is. Propaganda is a song good to change your mind and to take you off course. We must not fall for it. But we must have a clear head. A real clear head. And from here on, we must know where we want to go. We must know how we want to be. And we must take the battle. We must run this race well. And we must take this fight to the finish. I want you to understand that there has been a tremendous amount of work done in this part of the territory. A tremendous amount of work. From Diego Martin, from Caranage, straight up to Toko. Just today, a new school was opened in Paramin. A new school. And they're saying that we're not doing anything in P&M constituencies. In the east-west corridor. I have a long list of about 97 major projects that were done from Diego Martin and Caranage to Toko. 97 of them. From major bridges and main roads to schools. As a matter of fact, I want to let you know some stuff that has been done. And for you, when they come to you with nonsense, let them know that they are not telling truth, but it's just propaganda. Show them the facts. I want to start what Botirari talked about, what they had been doing in the Western Peninsula. He talked about the work being done in Shagaramas. As a matter of fact, people trying to stop that and all. So they're marching and they're talking about saving Shagaramas, and they don't realize that the development of Shagaramas is to save Shagaramas. They don't realize that. As I want to let you know that while that is happening, the same people who talking against the development and don't want progress, going down there and posing with family taking out pictures in Shagaramas on the boardwalk. We extended the Diego Martin Highway. And you realize I'm going from west to east because we did it. We, west to east. We did it as a government. We extended the Diego Martin Highway. We developed the Diego Martin Technology Center. We are building now the Caranage Health Center that was not done under their regime. The Diego Martin Secondary School, a 15-classroom block has been built. We want to understand that we have been building things in Port of Spain police stations. We have created 3 lanes on the highway from Sealards right up the road. We have developed the Mova West Secondary School. We have developed the Barataria North Secondary School. That is still under construction. We have developed the Churchill Roosevelt Exchange at Grand Bazaar. We have completed the Arangwes Overpass. We have developed the Arangwes North Secondary School. We have the National Oncology Center in Mount Hope. That is still under construction. The creation of the roundabout through there around by Arthur Lockjack. We have done that. We are doing the bridge that was collapsing in St. Joseph. You know, just outside of Curep. We are doing that. That is being reconstructed. The St. Joseph Secondary School, that is under construction. The St. Augustine Secondary School Phase 2, that has been done. The Tunapuna Promenade, that has been done. The upgrade of the Tunapuna Market, I can keep going on. The Nursing Academy at El Dorado. You're tired already? We have developed the Nursing Academy at El Dorado. We have done the overpass at Orapoon. We have done the upgrade of the Five Rivers Secondary School. That is under construction. We have done the primary school that is for the Baptists in Maloney. We have done the Arouca Bridge, the Dabadi Bridge. We are now about to develop the entire Trail Horse Farm. 1,200 houses will be constructed. That is on the way. But they say that this is a government that is only focused on south of the Caroni River. But I want to let you know, if they're only focusing on south of the Caroni River, one, we live in south of the Caroni River because there are projects upon projects that are taking place north of the Caroni River, and the people who are saying that do not know their directions. I want you to understand this. There was a total upgrade of the Arima Old Road from Broadway to Second Crossing. That was a job under Dr. Douglas. From Broadway to Second Crossing on the old Arima Road. The completion of the Churchill Roosevelt Highway from O'Meara up to Wallerfield. We did that within the first year. You remember those days in 2010 when you drive up the highway, you had piles and piles and piles of aggregate looking like if it's something to climb on and ski on. That was put on there. As a matter of fact, there were all kind of contractual problems, and we solved the issues because it was necessary for us to solve the issues and continue the development of Trinidad and Tobago. We built a new Arima police station, a police station that had been there for hundreds of years. And still the shock. Still the shock. I heard Wendell talking about the construction of the Mount Pleasant Bridge, something after 29 years. That is just old news now because it's so long. We did it so long, it's important. I want to talk about the upgrade of the Blanchisseuse Road. Have you gone Blanchisseuse in a long while? You need to drive through the old road. You need to go through and see the development that is taking place in those areas. I know they tell me I need to wrap up. I feel like if I'm in a grocery, they want me to wrap up. We drywall. They want me to wrap up. The drywall, the Mousica River. People were struggling at the back of Frank Hart and all those areas. And what we did is we protected the homes from being eroded by drywalling the whole Mousica River. I want to give you news. In the 2013 manifesto for the PNM for local government, after the river was drywalled, they say they're going to make it into a garden. And they're going to develop the river after it was drywalled. They didn't even realize that long before they drew the manifesto, that we had already drywalled the river and protected people's houses. They were now talking about developing the river. They were presenting a manifesto to people that was long gone. They said they were going on, read it, go online and pull down the 2013 local government manifesto that they fooled the Armenians with. They say they're going and building Mount Pleasant Bridge 3 years after it was built. I'm serious. Go and look at it yourself. And people fell for the nonsense because people are on propaganda and not facts. Let me wrap up quickly. Last but not least, it is important for us to see the extent of work that is being done in schools in Trinidad and Tobago. And the ECC centers that are done throughout the East-West corridor. Time to fight for your country. Fight for the continuance of work that was done. Fight for the continuance of the progress, because it will not be just for you, but it will be for your children and your children's children and the dynamic future of Trinidad and Tobago. May God bless all of you tremendously.
Happiness is the measure of